Okay, this is Why National Socialism is Not Socialism, Part 3. Firstly, this is probably the final part. This is unscripted, unlike the other two. Um, the the videos haven't got many views. This one probably won't either, but for anyone listening, as of making this video, the only response I've got to the first two in this series is a comment. What part of national, in brackets, socialist don't you get? Is Marxism the only form of socialism? To which I replied, watch the video, you useless cretin. Now, that might seem a bit heavy-handed, but to be honest, it really pissed me off after I'd taken the time to actually physically do my research, write out the script for two admittedly short, but I think informative videos, at least I think they were. And this guy just comes on and basically, I actually thought it was a troll. That's why I was quite hasty to just, basically tell him to sod off, because I can't see how an intelligent human being capable of reading and writing could watch that video and then respond with a comment like that. I mean, it is fucking mind-boggling. But finally, what I want to do is address, after I've basically made my point. I don't think I need to make it in any more detail. If anyone wants it in any more detail, then just request it and I'll do a video with actual historical evidence supporting my viewpoint, or more historical evidence, like the policies of Germany under Hitler. But yeah, what I wanted to do now in this final video, the main thing is just to address kind of the origin of this massive lack of knowledge. I mean, in the academic world, there is absolutely no question or ambiguity as to the definition of National Socialism. National Socialism in the academic world, even in the historical world, is seen. Historical world, shit phrasing. I'm sure you know what I mean. Is National Socialism is seen as almost a complete antithesis of socialism. So where does this ignorance come from? Well, arguably, this is, as far as I'm aware, pretty much exclusively an American phenomenon. I appear to have stopped being able to talk, but this seems to be isolated in America. And now, obviously, I don't live in America. I live in England. I'm getting this, especially on YouTube, this massive group of people going around, even making videos, and people mutilating quotations of both Hitler and then people like Lenin and even Karl Marx, trying to imply that Karl Marx advocated genocide. These people almost exclusively are American conservative Republicans. Now, if anything, the Republican right-wing conservative area of theory in America has much more in common with National Socialism, e.g. Nazism, than the left. Their advocate, kind of their support for the idea of nationalism, pride in the flag, military heavy-handedness, large, capable military, is very, very close to the wavelength of National Socialism, which is the warring socialism of Hitler's, belief. So, I mean, arguably in the last, I don't know, 10, 20 years, it has been somewhat of a counterattack of the right in America, the Republicans and the Conservatives, when accused of being on the same wavelength as the Nazis, to mutilate the meaning of National Socialism and actually transform it from extreme right-wing, like literally as far right as you can get on the spectrum, on a par with fascism, and then to mutilate that and try and make it seem like it's these lunatic liberal lefties, these filthy Democrats, commie scum, closet Marxists, these are all Nazis. So it just really annoys me, because if you actually look at the facts, the social democrats and the communists were in amongst the first people Hitler went for, and put them in concentration camps and finished them off, before any of this Holocaust business. It was his, political enemies that actually had the intellectual power and the guts to stand up and try to stop this hideous movement emerging in Germany. And these were the first people that were, incarcerated and eventually killed. Um, Thousands were killed. Thousands, millions were killed in the Holocaust and Hitler's, vile acts of mass murder. But there were many communists and left-wing people, socialist Democrats, murdered by the Nazis. Even in fact, there was a wing in the Nazi party called Strasserism, I think that's how you pronounce it, that was basically annihilated by Hitler. I believe it was in the Night of the Long Knives. I think he murdered one of its the fathers of its ideology. He eradicated that completely because he detested it. Even if you read a page on Hitler, you would know that, or even Mein Kampf. I mean, if you actually look at Mein Kampf, a hell of a lot of it is Hitler spewing hatred for Marxists, filthy Marxists, bloody communists. So I think the only reason, I don't hate people that take this opinion, because I can't see how a rational human being, unless they were ignorant, could hold this opinion. So the only kind of thing I'm going by is these people don't know what they're talking about, and they just, they've just been told what to think. Maybe they're free thinking in other aspects, but in this aspect, because people, politicians they believe in have told them to think this, they believe it. And I just think it's really messed up when there were so many people on the left that were murdered by Hitler and his Nazis, and these people put them on the same wavelength as it is actually extremely offensive to these people that died, trying to fight for what they believed in, trying to stop Hitler rising to power, and then to be, clobbing into the same wagon as Hitler. It is actually disgusting. So, yeah, rant over. If anyone wants to leave a comment, please leave a reasonable comment, because I don't want people just going, National Socialism got socialism in it, so it's socialism. So, yeah, also just shitty insults and stuff, calling me a left loony, which I've had. I'll probably just leave a response and then block them, because I'm not here to get into fucking arguments with people. Just here to share my opinion and try, unlike a lot of people, try to back it up with actual reality. So thanks for listening. If you want any more detail on this in a video with another proper scripted one, please request it and I'll do it. So thanks.